Oh, we're live. Hi, you two.
YouTube.
It was a great moment to fix that light. So you can see us now. Woohoo!
Yeah, hello. How is everybody?
It's
Good.
Monday.
It's Monday and it's raining here.
Mm-hmm.
And
So
we're
that's why
cold
we're bundled up
and
a little
sick.
bit.
Who watched Outlander? I did.
Me too.
Oh my goodness.
Otherwise, this would be a really pointless live stream.
Yes, it kind of would, wouldn't it? So we are going to be doing our weekly review and theories and discussion of season 4 of Outlander, episode 11.
Only 2 left after this.
2 more to go.
So
This one's called If Not for Hope, and hopefully we'll have a good discussion about it.
Yeah, if not for hope, then
for what?
We're gonna
let's
find
out. Yeah, so let's dive in. So we start off with Roger in the shower, which I'm sure KATEY enjoyed. And
just me.
Yes.
Okay.
Just KATEY. No one else is allowed to have a crush on him, just KATEY. And then we realize he did not go back to the future. But he's having a weird dream vision, and he's still with the Mohawk Native Americans.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he was captured by them again, basically.
Yes, he is. He's been found, and they're like, you better not run away again. And I don't really know what the point of that was. I think they were trying to confuse the audience, like, oh, he went back. Oh my God, he went to the future, and they're looking for Roger, and what are they going to do? And they're not going to ever find him, and then she's going to be all mad, like, how he's going to have to go back in time now? What's going to happen? And then boom, it's like, oh, it's just a vision.
Yeah, it was kind of a weird vision to have. I mean, I guess that he would be daydreaming about taking a shower.
They did that just to throw us off for like the whole 5 seconds of that scene.
Yeah.
So I really don't know what the point of that was. And then we go back to Brianna, and she is drawing and
drawing some disturbing scenes.
She's going through some stuff, and her like.
Lizzie.
Yeah, her Lizzie. We all know the Lizzie. Her Lizzie comes in and thinks she's possessed because she's drawing these like really dark images, and I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah, she was just like, "Are you possessed?" She's like, "No, Lizzie, I'm just hurt."
Yeah,
like,
God, Lizzie. And then Lizzie's like, "Are you ever gonna forgive me for what I did?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, like I will." And she's like, "And your father's like, don't talk about my father."
Yeah,
like, Jesus.
She's a little sensitive about Jamie.
Yeah,
a little bit,
but she can forgive Lizzie, and it really was kind of all Lizzie's fault. But
kind of.
I think she just can't get past the things that Jamie said to her.
Yeah, that's what she said. She's like, I could maybe forgive him for doing what he did to Roger because he had the wrong information, but I will never forget what he said to me.
Yeah.
She's like, okay.
Hopefully one day she can.
Yeah.
So Ian finds a bone from Rollo, and it's a human bone.
Oh, yeah.
And they find the companion that Roger had while he was on his slave journey with the Mohawk.
Slave journey.
And the guy who died, basically. They find him, and Ian knows who he is. He's like, I know this man. I recognize he was there when we sold Roger. So they have found their first clue into finding Roger, and it's good that they know he's still alive as far as they know.
Yeah, it's not a very happy clue though. It's just like this guy is dead, and
but they looked around for Roger's bones and they didn't find any, so that's a good thing.
That's true.
It's a good thing.
So it's like he must still be alive somewhere.
Oh my goodness! Oh my gosh, Murtaugh though.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
So Fergus, we like start showing Fergus in the tavern, and it looks at first as though he's just looking for Bonnet because he wants work. And he's like asking someone like, hey, can I get on Bonnet's ship? And the guy's like, so you only have one hand. We can't use you. No. And Fergus like, okay, that's sad. And then he goes into this back room, and you see Murtaugh sitting there. And then Fergus starts talking to his wife and basically reveals that, like, oh, they took Murtaugh in because he's a wanted man now. And Fergus is trying to help Murtaugh capture Stephen Bonnet for Jamie. So he's in on it, actually. Which makes sense because he's always there helping.
Well, Jamie,
Lord.
Yeah. And it just sucks because they go in and they grab Bonnet. The dog is coughing. Sorry, that was weird. They go in, they capture him. He's just like very effortlessly. They grab him and they're on their way out, and then they get stopped by some patrol officers that are like, "Stop!" And it was really nice. Murtaugh was like, "Go back to your wife and child." And then he's like, what? And then he just sucks him in the stomach. And the officers are like, oh my gosh, sir, you can leave. And so he gets to go. But Murtaugh is captured, and it sucks because next you see on the next time on, he's in like a cell, and it's like, oh no, that sucks.
Of course, Jamie's plan did not go as planned.
As the court, yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's going great.
Oh yes, so Brianna starts to draw one of the slaves at Aunt Jacasta's. And the slave is kind of like, no, I shouldn't be doing this. And she's like, let me worry about it, whatever, I'm going to draw you.
Right.
Which turns out to be a problem later when Aunt Jocasta has invited over a bunch of lords and like
a bunch of single
suitors for Brianna so she can have a child in wedlock. So it doesn't become a bastard child, which Brianna soon learns and decides differently about how she feels about marriage.
Yeah, it's very interesting because I thought that Brianna is like, she's kind of shown herself to be very stubborn. So I kind of thought that throughout the whole episode, she was just going to keep fighting against her aunt to just like, no, I'm not going to get married just because you want me to. Like, I'm not doing that. No, like I've got Roger. I'm going to wait for him. This is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But like you see her,
she's doing it for her.
Yeah. You see her kind of change because of this child.
Yeah, she's doing it for her child. That's the only reason she's doing it. But something interesting. So she goes and meets all these guys, and we see Pippin from Lord of the Rings.
Yes, that made me happy. Except like his character was very not my favorite in this.
Yeah, it's a little like, okay, donkey. But all these men are sort of like fighting for Brianna's attention. And
then she does play that game. Do you remember that game she did?
Yeah, you're walking in a forest. Who do you picture yourself with? And
that was interesting how she's able to like interpret all of their like fantasies, I guess, of like who they're in the forest with. And
Jesus Christ, and a squirrel. It's like, what?
Like, it's interesting that she has a way to interpret all of them already. Like, because I'm like, oh, that would be a fun game to play. Then I was like, I wouldn't really know how to interpret it, though. I would just be like,
have to play with Brianna.
Yeah, I guess so.
But
anyway.
So she's like, being offered basically like all these men are interested in her. She's just not interested, not having it. And then that night she sees some interesting things going on in the hallway.
Oh, yes. So we saw, those of you remember John Gray. He does keep coming back. And we know him as the guy who's basically in love with Jamie and can't ever have him. Yeah. And it's like his own sad sort of story. And he took Jamie's son and raised him as his own. And so he's very intertwined in Jamie and Claire's life. Hi, Jericho. That's a lot of emojis there. Yes, thumbs
Hearts
up.
And thumbs up and trophies, I think.
Well, thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
But anyway, yeah. So
she sees him like sleeping with another dude,
and so like in the hallway,
yeah,
openly. It was.
So the next day, she's like, I'm gonna meet up with him, and she does not want to get married off. And I think her plan is to basically choose this guy because she knows that he's not interested in women. And
what happens first before we see her make this decision is Phaedra, the slave, comes in the morning and tells her, or was it Phaedra or a different servant, basically comes in the morning and tells her, oh, by the way, that guy, Pippin, Billy Boyd's character, he's going to ask you to marry him.
So she freaks out. She's like, no.
They're like, Aunt Jocasta wants you down there. And she's like, I got to go for a walk. And then she kind of like thinks about it for a second. She's like, tell John Gray secretly to meet me out there.
Yeah.
We're like, what does that mean?
She proposes to him. And I really think that's her attempt at like, just let me please be like, this is best for my child. I get that. But let me be with a man who isn't going to violate me again. And
she starts by like, she first like asks him and he's kind of like, what? I can't marry you.
No,
and
this
she's
is
like,
not why I came here.
Yeah, she's like, I saw you last night. I'm going to tell everybody.
Him, and then he threatens her. And then she's like, did you threaten me? And he's like, well, that's a response to your threat. And then she's like, I'm sorry. I'm just really pregnant. Yeah. And he sort of forgives her. And then she's like, okay, like I wasn't really going to like tell him whatever. It's fine. Like, let me just go deal with this.
And she's like, I'm going to go get married to the other guy. Yeah. I have to do it.
Yeah,
and then you see, like, she walks away.
It's so sweet. He shows up there and he's like, oh, did you break the news already? She's like, what news? And he's like, I asked her to hand in marriage. And Aunt Jocasta's like, oh, great. And Bree's like, what? Yeah.
Because she was literally just about to agree to marry this other guy.
And then Pippin is like, well, good day, sir. And he just leaves, storms out. And it's like, well, at least Brianna is that's interesting. I like him. Yeah. I like him as an actor. I like his character in the show. So I'm excited that he's going to be around more.
Yeah. I'm curious because he even kind of talks about, like, when you see them again, talking later about, you know, the possibility of Roger coming back, and he's like, I don't think you should lose hope. Like,
Yes.
you know, like he could still come back. And so I'm wondering if that means like they're gonna prolong their engagement.
Well, I think that like they need to just, as long as they just show that they're like married before the time that she has the baby, then they can sort of and like fake it to people. That's why she was like, I'd have to go live with you for a little bit at least, but she's not planning on staying with him.
Right.
So I think that it's sort of just all a ruse, and they can both sort of get what they
just for society's sake. Apparently.
Yeah, exactly. So Bree is taken care of.
Yeah, so that's good. I feel kind of bad for John though. He keeps getting like pulled into Jamie's life to like take care of his kids.
Yeah.
And still doesn't get Jamie.
Yeah, another like now that's the grandchild of Jamie that he's like, oh great. So Jamie and Claire, meanwhile, are making up, and it's really sweet because that's what they do. They fight, they make up, they break. What is it like? They're totally that song.
They pretty much are. It was kind of sad to see Jamie so like depressed because Claire's basically like she has to sit and tell him like, no, like I'm not. He's like, you hate me now, and she's like, no, I don't hate you. Like I'm just trying to be on the side of my daughter, trying to like make her feel better, and it's all just very hard. And he's just like, she hates me now, and Claire's just like, no,
she doesn't hate you. That's
she's
like you.
Yeah,
you know, she says things she doesn't mean. Didn't you not mean what you said to her? She's just
like I wanted to go give him a hug and be like, oh Jamie,
I just really want them to make up, and I think that they will.
Yeah.
And then Roger, he's taken to another camp of Native Americans and sort of like just thrown into a pile of people beating the shit out of him.
Yeah, they all just like are lined up, like they're
ready for
him.
And he's like, "What's happening?" Boom, and he gets like knocked out. So, and it doesn't really show much in the next time on, like what's going to happen with him. I don't really know what the purpose of that was.
Yeah, I don't either. So maybe that's gonna. Although it looked like for the promo next time they were promoting it as here's the next 2 episodes. So
only
I think,
2 episodes.
I know, it's crazy. So I think they were kind of just trying to build up the suspense of like there's only 2 left. We don't know exactly what's gonna happen in each one.
Yeah.
Unless you read the books, which we haven't.
No, we have not.
But yeah. So I'm interested to see if Jamie and Claire finally catch up with him.
I think they will.
I'm just
like what cliffhanger is going to be on this season.
Like, I'm just worried that Jamie's going to do something that's going to estrange him even further from Brianna.
I think that it's not like Roger is not going to react well when he finally sees Brie again, especially seeing that like she has a baby with her or is like about to pop. Like I really don't think he's.
And it's like it could be from a guy that raped her, and she's also married to another guy. He's gonna be like, you were busy.
Yeah, he might and he might end up going back to his time, and Brie can't follow him.
Right.
So
the baby.
I don't know. That might be a cliffhanger. I think that might be it, where like you see him going through the stone, or like about to touch the stone, or something like that. I think that might be the cliffhanger of the season. Yeah. And then something with Bonnet. Also, like there's something
he's gonna escape, or he's gonna like trick somebody.
Horrible. They took Murtaugh, and Bonnet now is just.
I guess they just left him.
They just what happened to him? So it's not going to be good. He's going to go after them, and we still don't really know exactly what the deal is with the fire. Like she came and told him about the fire, but and they haven't really had time to address that. So there might be some sort of like cliffhangers about all that stuff.
Interesting, or maybe they're gonna show up back at home and their house is just gonna be burned down.
That would be good because that means they would have missed the fire.
That's true.
But All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like this video if you like Outlander and excited for the last 2 episodes. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you're always notified whenever we go live or put out a new video.
Exactly. And keep up with our other videos. We're always releasing reactions.
Yes. Leave comments below. We'll read them and respond to them. Please. We love comments.
We do.
And make sure to check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Patreon.
Yeah, we don't have too much information yet, but we are currently working on our next parody series.
Princesses and The Bachelor. That's all you got to know, right?
That's all you got to know. So we're going to keep dropping hints about that. So make sure you subscribe so you are
fully updated. Yes. All right. Love you guys. Thank you. Bye.